What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2022 Go Bowling at the Glen. Let's go ahead and just jump straight to it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series headed to Watkins Glen International Speedway up in New York for second to last race in the regular season. It will be the second to last road course in the 2022 season. We've only got one race to go in the regular, two races to go in the regular season, so crunch time is coming up in the playoffs. There's also a lot of more diversification in the largest international field we have seen in Cup Series history. 7 drivers who are from different countries coming into the race this weekend from different countries. So let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks for this weekend, let's take a look at the weather. So the weather is going to be very interesting this weekend. It's 85 degrees the high and 64 degrees the low, but there is a 60% chance for scattered thunderstorms. Now, usually, I'm not a big fan of that, but if it does end up raining, it's going to make the race more interesting. Some of those guys have that rain experience. Some of these international drivers, I think, really could play a factor and be a key role in having a chance at winning the race this weekend. That's one thing we're going to be watching is the weather. So now, let's get into the picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how I do picks on the channel. This week, we've got 2 suck picks. 2 drivers I think are going to struggle, who are going to continue to struggle, or 2 drivers had a good run, who are going to have an off week. We got 3 underdogs this week. 3 drivers who I expect to continue their really strong runs, or are going to have a really strong run this weekend. And then I do the winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win. And then I do the ones you need to watch out for this weekend here at Watkins Glen. So now, let's get into the picks. Who are my suck picks for this weekend here at Watkins Glen? My first suck pick this weekend is a guy who's actually sponsoring the race this weekend. This guy has generally really struggled at road courses throughout his career. Was terrible at Road America earlier this year. Was not that great at the Indy road course, and I expect this guy to struggle once again. Talking about Eric Almirola. Like I said, Eric Almirola had a really strong run at Richmond, but this weekend, I'm expecting him to struggle. I expect that 10 car to have a lot of pace and speed. I think just like Road America and other road course races for the last couple of years, I think Eric Almirola seems like his weakness is these type of tracks. I think he's going to struggle this weekend here at Watkins Glen. My other suck pick for this weekend is going to be kind of a surprise because this guy historically has been really good at this track. He won this track back in 2017, came runner-up in both, I believe, 2018 and 2019 as well, and came close to winning a couple years ago as well. Unfortunately, this guy has not been good on tracks he's historically been really good. And he lost a lot of points this past weekend at Richmond, a track where he thought he was going to win, he ended up finishing just barely inside the top 10. I'm talking about Martin Truex Jr., and that's kind of a shock for a lot of people. But I think Martin Truex Jr. is going to struggle this weekend. The 19 team has generally struggled at tracks they've been really good at this year, and I expect that Martin Truex Jr. is going to have a really bad, not a bad race, but I think he's going to finish outside the top 10, which is going to be a bad run for a driver who's been historically great at Watkins Glen. I think he struggles this weekend, and plus, Joe Gibbs Racing has generally been off the pace on the road course this year, so I expect that Truex is going to struggle here at Watkins Glen. And now we're going to jump onto the underdog picks. Who are my underdog picks for this weekend here at Watkins Glen? My first underdog pick is a guy who had a very fantastic run this past weekend at Richmond. Almost ended up winning, but ended up finishing third, about 2 seconds back behind Kevin Harvick. Had a great run and was catching Kevin Harvick near the end of the race. We're going to type of track there where it seems like this guy has been surprisingly really good. I believe he's been in the top 10 in all 3 or 4 road course races so far. It seems like RFK's gotten their department and their program of road courses a lot better. Talking about Chris Buescher. I think Chris Buescher could steal the show this weekend. I think Buescher could be also a guy who could win this weekend. The 17 teams look really strong on the road courses, and I think that Chris Buescher is going to have an amazing run this weekend. I think he potentially gets top 5 this weekend here at Watkins Glen. My second underdog pick is a driver that's probably going to shock a lot of you because this is this guy's first career NASCAR Cup Series victory. But from the testing this past weekend at Virginia National Raceway, this guy was really fast and was getting up on the wheel really quickly. And Justin Marks has been really high on this driver and expects this guy to run really well. I'm talking about Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi Räikkönen, I think, is going to be really surprising this weekend. I think Kimi's going to have a really strong run in the 91 car. I think his car will contend for a top 15 or maybe even outside chance at a top 10. I know his expectations are high for a driver like Kimi Räikkönen who's just making his first Cup start, but I think with the little bit of experience he has in stock cars, and it seems like he's really getting up to speed much quicker than other drivers have gotten up to speed in the car, I think Kimi Räikkönen will contend for a top 10 this weekend. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to really impress and maybe in the future get more runs in the 91 car. And the final driver having underdog for this weekend is a driver who's been historically really good at road courses. Has had a couple weekends of really struggling, but kind of falling off over the last couple of weeks. But I think this guy bounces back and potentially gets his 10th top 10 of the year. Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell's had a couple of races recently where he's really struggled, but outside of that and a 100-point penalty, he's had a really solid year. But I think Michael McDowell, I know he's not been fantastic. This probably seems like his least opportunity of a chance to run well on a road course, but I think Michael McDowell is going to have a chance at a top 10 this weekend. Michael McDowell's been great on road courses throughout his career, and I think Michael McDowell is going to have a really strong run this weekend at Watkins Glen. And now we're going to jump on to the winner's pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Who is my winner's pick for the Gold Bowling at the Glen? Now, the last couple of races on road courses have been won by the Chevys. In fact, all the road course races here so far have gone on to be won by Chevys this year. And I think another Chevy is going to win. But instead of basically the guy that said, we've seen guys like Suarez and Chastain and Todd Reddick win. Well, we're going to have another young driver get a victory this weekend, but it's going to be the guy who's been historically really great at this track, who nearly came back and won this race last year here, and finishing at second, and was cashing a winner last year, Kyle Larson. I'm going with Chase Elliott to win his 5th race of 2022, get back on his winning ways, and pick up a very major win this weekend. I think Chase Elliott's going to get it done. This is a track where he's historically been really great at. He's gotten 2 wins so far here. Had a really dominant car last year, one of the fastest cars last year near the end. And I think that Chase Elliott is going to come across the finish line first and pick up the victory this weekend here at Watkins Glen. And now let's jump on to the ones you need to watch out for. And we've got 6 drivers outside of the winner that we're going to take a look at that you probably should keep your eyes out on. So let's jump into the first one. Who is the first driver and keep my eyes out on? My first driver to keep my eyes out on is the guy who actually won this race last year and will also be running the NASCAR Xfinity Series race as we're looking for his first Xfinity Series win in nearly 4 seasons. Talking about Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson's had a quiet but good year so far. I know a lot of people probably would disagree with me, but Kyle Larson has 9 top 5s this year, and I think he's generally had a lot more pace and a lot more speed than people have given him credit for. So I think Kyle Larson's going to have a good run. I don't think he's going to win, but I think Kyle Larson will have a top 5 run this weekend in the 5 car, and I think Larson has a good run this weekend at Watkins Glen and gets a top 5 finish. A second driver to keep your eyes on is the defending winner of the last 2 road course races, Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick, I think, is going to be Chase Elliott's biggest threat to win the race this weekend. He's been really strong on the road courses this year. 2 straight wins, like I mentioned, looking for his 3rd road course victory. I think that would be a record for drivers in the Cup Series in the history. So I think Reddick's going to be a threat to win for sure. I expect the A car to have a lot of pace and a lot of speed, and I think Tyler Reddick will be a threat to win this weekend here at Watkins Glen. The third driver to keep your eyes on is a guy who's been generally the quickest driver outside of Chase Elliott this year, and it seems like this guy has had up and down runs the last 4 weeks. His average finish is a 25.2. But this weekend, he's going to have a great run, ain't going to make the mistakes that he made last couple weeks going to the road course. Talking about Ross Chastain. I think Ross Chastain's been really good on road course. Of course, he has first career Cup victory on a road course. I expect Chastain to be a threat to win and could get his 3rd win. I expect Chastain to be a threat to win this weekend. The 4th driver to keep your eyes on is the teammate of Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez also got his first career NASCAR Cup Series victory at Sonoma. And Daniel Suarez has generally been really fast on road courses this year. Was really great at COTA. Almost had a shot to win Road America. Was up in the top 5 in that race. Had a shot to win any road course near the end. But I think that Daniel Suarez is absolutely going to be a threat in that number 99 car. And I think he's going to have a great shot to win this weekend at Watkins Glen. My 5th driver to keep your eyes on is a guy who actually has won here in the past, but it's been nearly 10 years since his last win here. However, this guy is historically really great at road courses, was a contender to win the last road course race at Indy. Talk about AJ Allmendinger. I think AJ is going to be a threat. You always have to keep your eyes on AJ with how good he is on road courses historically. I think AJ is going to be a threat for sure to win, and will have a shot to win this weekend at Watkins Glen. And the final driver to keep your eyes on is going to be one of the drivers who has been a driver I thought was going to win a road course race by this point this year, who I thought was going to be better. However, this guy got his first Xfinity Series win at this track, talking about Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric's been really good at Watkins Glen throughout his career, so I expect Cindric to be a threat to win for sure, and I think Cindric will absolutely have a great shot to win in the 2 car. Penske struggled last year, but I think Cindric's going to be the outlier, and I think he'll be a threat to win this weekend here at Watkins Glen. So anyway, those are the picks. Just a reminder, my second picks are Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr. My underdogs are Chris Buescher, Kimi Räikkönen, and Michael McDowell. And my winner's pick is Chase Elliott. And the ones to watch are Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, A.J. Allmendinger, and Austin Cindric. So anyway, that is going to be for the race picks video for the Go Bowling at the Glen from Watkins Glen. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel notification to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below over that, and comment your thoughts on today's picks video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Let me know below. Let me know your picks below in the comments, and let me know who you think is going to win this weekend. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me your suck picks, tell me your underdog picks, and tell me who you think is going to win. Let me know in the comments below. Tomorrow on my channel, we should have a NASCAR news video. There's been a little bit of news already going around for the last day or two, and there should be some more NASCAR news coming in the near future. Thursday will probably most likely be a silly season update, but keep your notifications and tabs on because we're not sure what's coming. Friday should be a NASCAR news video, and then, of course, we'll have racing from Indy. Not sure if I'll have a video on Saturday. Keep your notification tabs on. I might have a video Saturday, but just keep your eyes on what could be coming on Saturday. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.